Hi everybody, it's Tyler here at University of North Dakota Signature, Mall of America. What an incredible event we have. We have an incredible team with us. 334U Supernova Redeem, division winners last year in technology, so congratulations to that. Also, VEX AI world champions as well too, so great season last year from them. And they have an incredible robot, especially here early in the pushback season. They're on their third iteration of a robot already, which I think is pretty nuts. But a lot of great stuff we'll be going through on this. This is actually a Lobot, so they have a mechanism that allows them to pop up and down right here on their hood that you'll see, which is really cool. We'll be breaking down a lot more in regards to this. Some wedges they put on the robot for some defensive play I'm excited to talk to them more about. And just a lot of great things have gone through this. So let's learn more about them coming up here on Pits and Parts. Liam, let's break down this robot here. I think one of the big things is being able to go under the goals and building a robot that's able to accomplish that. So talk to me more about some of the methodology that's gone into and just the design for it.
Yeah, for sure. So a unique thing on our robot is that we have a piston to lower and raise our hood so that we can go under the long tube right here, and it goes up like this. This is just important. We want it to be able to go under the long tube because it's something that not a lot of other teams are able to do, and we thought it would give us an advantage as far as getting around the field quickly. A cool thing about this is our linkage here that is able to raise up our hood without actually raising up the rest of our scoring mechanism to allow us to score balls on the mid goal, and then of course raise it up with that piston so that we can score balls on the long tube as well.
And then we mentioned this is your third iteration of a robot already too. So just talk to me about on this third iteration, why did you decide to go this way for a robot?
Yeah, I mean, this is our third iteration. We had two previous robots before this that were a bit different, but we did a lot of scrimmages earlier in the season, and honestly, we just found that the difference in maneuverability when we were able to go under the bar versus not able to go under the bar, like, it was night and day in how teams could play defense against us and just the pace that we could move and score during a match. And so we knew that was like absolutely the most important thing we wanted to focus our robot on. Along with obviously being able to score fastly and with a lot of power into the goal, and having a quick D-score mechanism was obviously really important, which is what caused us to end up to go with this design.
And looking at it, you've played a couple matches here so far at the Signature event. Are you still happy with that decision to go with the lower robot, as you've watched the game and some of the meta starts to develop?
Yes, I mean, absolutely. I think in the last two matches we've played, we've definitely seen that being able to go into the bar is just, we think it's the biggest advantage there is in this game. Like, it just allows us to maneuver the field completely differently to any other robot, and allows us to, I think, score in a much more effective way.
Liam, some other great things in this robot we'll be covering. Anything from your D-scoring mech on here. You got the cool wedges that I really would like to hear more about and just a lot of other great things to break down. Tell me more about it.
For sure. The first thing that I do want to talk about is our indexer for our balls, because we believe it's quite unique. What this does, it allows us to store our balls without the intake getting jammed. It's this string right here, which is pulled by a piston, and then when we do want to score, we can pull this string away, and it allows balls to go through our intake just like that. Next thing is being able to fully de-score the center goal. We believe that this is really important because it allows us to make some last-second plays at the end of the match to take away their balls as well as their control zone. Essentially, how we do this is we run the intake backwards, and then what that does is it makes our wheels for our intake go under the bottom polycarbonate of the middle goal, and then this goes on top, and we enter into the middle tube, and it fully de-scores it. The other thing that I would like to talk about here is our defense wedges. These are made out of high-strength shafts, which we've drilled a hole into and cut at an angle down here so that they don't touch the ground. We made them able to pivot so that when we go for parking, they can pivot up so that we can go under or over the barrier for parking. And the main thing that these do is they're very good for playing defense on a lot of bots, especially heavier bots that we wouldn't normally be able to push around. We're able to get under their drive, which can lift them up a little bit. What this allows us to do is if they have traction wheels, it takes their traction wheels off the ground, so they have less grip on the field, and then they are pushed easier across the field because they don't have as much grip on the floor. And that allows us, for when we do have control zones, playing very heavy defense so that we can keep them away from our goals so we can keep our control zones.
I want to switch gears just a little bit here. I loved your guys' reveal video when it came out. Can you just talk to me a little about the process of creating a reveal video as a team and some of the important aspects that you look for it? Because when I look at many reveal videos that come out, you can tell some really pop and some don't as much. And you guys definitely pop. So what are some things that you look for to really make it stand out from the crowd?
Yeah. So a big thing that we did is lighting. Having very good lighting is a very important part of the reveal video because it makes your robot kind of stand out with good lighting. It just makes the whole thing look higher quality, and when you have a higher quality looking reveal, it engages viewers a little bit more. Also, planning your shots with what you want to show, like prioritize what we want to show. We did our reveal video with team 471B, who's also from our region, so we collaborated with them to see what we wanted to show in our reveal.
Yeah, I think the whole timing of you guys and having the two robots, it synchronized like the whole time was just a really cool thing that you put together for that. So this could have been a great video, and I look forward to future ones too. Lily, speaking about the future too, let's talk about some future plans. When we were talking earlier, there's a couple things for your robot not quite ready here for mall, but definitely something you're looking at adding on later. So talk to me more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing we noticed while scrimmaging is that in the middle of the match, the balls tend to get a little mixed around. I mean, there'll be areas of the field with just completely mixed blue and red balls, and obviously being able to cycle scoring and score as fast as possible is an incredibly important thing. And so basically our idea is we want to be able to drive through a completely mixed area of balls and only get our color, which is why we worked a lot on our plans for a color sorting mechanism. So the idea is that we can pretty much just run straight into this group of balls, and then each wrong color ball will basically be counted using our color sensor, and then using distance sensors, we will basically be able to flap this little flap in the back open at the correct time to basically let out one or two or however many balls we need to have the most effective color sorting possible. We also decided to have it down here pretty early in our intake, as we didn't want our color sorting to affect the amount of balls we could hold, being able to color sort fast enough, which is why we decided to put it right there.
I think another thing too on top of that is you're also, by ejecting them down low, you're mitigating potentially ejecting some out of the field as well too, and getting a penalty for that. So I really like the forethought that's gone into all that too. So Supernova Redeem, once again, congratulations on your successful season last year, extremely successful season last year. But of course, looking for big things here at Mall. And thanks for taking time to tell us more about your team. It's been great to see you again.
Great, thank you so much.